We are back. It is Wednesday, and you know what that means, don't we? Salty, how are you doing?
Sorry, I stepped on you. I was going to say,
No,
it's
please.
wild. It's wild, weird, wonderful, weird object Wednesday. Hailed everybody in chat. Sorry, I'll shut up now.
I love that. We just keep adding more W's to it. But yeah, we have got a pretty cool show planned for you today, if I do say so myself. But first, let me say hey to everybody. So we have got our favourite vampire, Nosferatu. Good to see you. We've got Keely Chow. Hey there, Keely. We've got Dempsey. Great to see you. We've got Mr. Batsu. Hello there. Who else have we got? We've got Jacob Ironside. Great to see you, as always. We've got Daniel. We've got the lovely Louise. Hello, honey. We've got the equally lovely Leia Rose. Great to see you. We've got Eddie Gannon. It's been a while. Hey, great to see you. And Zakarot315. How are you doing? Let me make sure I've not missed anybody. Other than my awesome co-host, of course. We've got Godzillionaire. Hey there.
Oh.
Hey.
So we were watching backstage to see if anybody, I haven't checked the poll. Did anybody want a cursed object, or was it still 100% held to the no on the cursed object, Purple Valkyrie? Seriously.
Last time I checked, it was, yep, it's still 100% no, which is kind of sad because, funnily enough, I actually have one that I can bring on. But before we do, there is something else that I wanted to share with you guys because, we like to bring random weirdness and, Twitter is very randomly weird. I was browsing through, as I do occasionally, and apparently today
What is this?
National Scissoring Day.
What?
Yeah.
Scissoring
Day. Yes. Apparently this is something to do with wrestling. I'm not a wrestling fan, so I'm just.
Is that what they call it? We were just wrestling. They're just wrestling. I may have seen videos where they start out just wrestling and then I'll stop talking. It's not my channel.
But apparently we're not the only ones who were very perplexed by this. So, I thought I would share that with you guys because you know how much we love weirdness here.
It's National Scissoring Days. So whatever, after this show, be sure to go out and scissor everybody. I don't understand the world. I don't understand the world. I make the mistake of reading about geopolitics and geoeconomics quite frequently through the day, and it's something that I need to stop doing because it kind of puts demonic possession and cursed jewels and cursed monkey's paws. I'd almost rather have that than the dipshit things we've got going on in the world today. I'm just gonna say that.
Yeah, kind of right there with you, Salty. But we are talking cursed and weird objects today. But before I bring up some of the more famous ones, I thought I would show you what was lurking in my loft when I bought the house.
This is a true story.
Yes.
Look at this. Tell him. She showed me this before the show started, and I'm like, what in the hell is this? Purple, what is the history of this creepy AF doll?
God knows, but as I said, I found her up in the loft. She was wrapped in a black plastic bin bag. I didn't actually have a loft at the time, it was just rafters, so she was kind of shoved into the far corner. I thought it was just rubbish that somebody had left up there, but no, this was inside said bag, and once I finish this show, she's going back up there.
So, Purple, I have to ask the obvious question for someone who's an American, but is this a common thing for the English to put naked doll bodies in black plastic bags and put them in the corners of their attics? Is this a common thing? Common in Wales, Ireland, Scotland, perhaps? I'm wondering.
Didn't think it was, but funnily enough, one of my neighbours was actually clearing out their house. There was a big skip full of their belongings that they were throwing away, mostly books and things that we were allowed to have a rummage through, and they had one of these dolls in there as well. That doll I did not take out, though.
That's weird.
Weird.
I think you need to go knocking on doors, Purple Valkyrie, and find out how many people in your neighborhood at the approximate era when your house was built, if they also, in chat, back me up on this, how many people have a creepy naked doll in a black plastic garbage bag in their attic? How many?
Just hanging out, minding her own business. I'm going to assume that she came with the house, so she's going to stay with it.
Did you name this creepy AF naked doll that you found in your attic, Purple Valkyrie?
I did not. No, they all say don't name something because it gives it power. So no, she does not have a name.
I didn't know if you might name it, Hillary or Kamala or Megan, something truly horrifying. Like that, Purple Valkyrie. Yeah.
You know what? Some of those names would actually fit quite well to her.
Yeah. So you did this cool thing, and I'm not going to make this about me, but thank you to everybody who was on the premiere of the new series I've been working on. You may or may not know, but I did a very extensive Fire of Fandom series around Tolkien and people loving actual Tolkien and what people were anticipating the Rings of Power was going to be like. I took some time off of doing that because, believe it or not, it takes a hell of a lot of time and a hell of a lot of effort to make and produce those videos. I'm very proud of them, however, but I took a month off. And then about a month ago, I started working with Purple Valkyrie and a whole lot of other content creators to start making the new series we've just debuted today called Dark Passages. And I just ended up releasing a H.P. Lovecraft narration that I did, but I also did a whole bunch of custom animations from scratch in green screen work, and to sort of give you a spooky background with either copyright-free music or music that I have the permission from the artist to use for these videos. But where I'm going with all that is it was an H.P. Lovecraft story, and Purple Valkyrie in the chat put a series of Cthulhian words
yes.
And I promised everybody on this show, and some of you were there during the premiere of the Dark Passages on my channel, where she's showing off. Purple's like, I'm just gonna come in here and drop a whole bunch of words with a whole bunch of Y's, and I'm like, everybody's going, is this Welsh? What the hell is this? So she's showing off over here. Is Purple Valkyrie a witch? I look at the hat. I think so. But Purple, what was the phrase? How do you actually say it in the Cthulhian language of the Eldritch gods?
Yes. And
what was that phrase?
If this brings that doll to life, I'm blaming you, Salty, but you are absolutely correct. It is, and you put the correct translation in, so thank you for that. So it is Fegli ma fakanakan Cthulhu Relia Fruwakanin Faturan.
I said she's a Targaryen. Doesn't she sound like a Targaryen? Just gonna say that. What does that mean, Purple Valkyrie? For those who
means, if I got the translation correct, it means Dread Cthulhu lies dreaming. I think there's an extra bit to it, but that's the essence of it.
And I think scholars debate over the ending, which is he wants a scotch or he wants a beer, or maybe it's soul. I can never keep it straight. Does he want a soul or does he want a scotch? I don't know. That's what's so terrifying. Oh Christ, she's alive. Oh my God.
As you said, the doll just moved. Oh God, I hate this thing. I really do. Not as bad as clowns, but I've never been a fan of dolls. Even when I was a little girl, I was never.
It's almost as mysterious as voting results changing at 3:00 in the morning, guys. It's almost as mysterious as a half million votes magically appearing. Almost. Yeah.
I know which one is more likely. Yes, indeed.
All hail Cthulhu. Yeah.
And let me say hey to a few more people. We've got Leaky, great to see you. We've got T.C. Burton, he said, yeah, what Purple said, exactly. Dempsey, hello there. Adega Outlaw, great to see you. Jade the Deep Minded, and Smile a While for me, hello, great to see you guys. So, let me ask you, are you familiar with the whole idea of objects being possessed and being cursed?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, there were numerous stories when I was a kid growing up in the Northern Plains, as they call it, especially having to do with the indigenous tribes, the Native Americans. Back then, we called them Indians, but you can't say that anymore. But the indigenous peoples of the Upper Plains and Midwest, and several stories of haunted locations where massacres had occurred on both sides. You know, the encroachment of the Europeans with the indigenous peoples. This lake is cursed. That hill is cursed. All those types of things. And actually, I do have a very personal story my grandmother told me. But let's get through some of these. And it has to do with something she found hanging in her neighbor's barn over the winter one time.
Okay, that could be bad. So, yes, as you guys can tell, I was going to kind of focus a lot on the dolls today because they seem to crop up quite a bit, and the one I will start with will be obviously the most famous one that has been in as a film series about her as well. I think Robert does as well, but it is of course Annabelle the doll. Now Annabelle in the film looks very different to how she really looks. Annabelle is actually a very large Raggedy Ann doll kept inside a very, very tightly locked container.
It's creepy. I was a kid. I'm a child of the 70s, and Raggedy Ann and Andy creeped me out. There was something about those dolls' eyes, like a shark's eyes, you know? I guess it was supposed to be kind of quaint and homey in their little gingham dresses and overalls with their red yarn hair, and then the stitched up mouth, and then these big black button eyes. But even from a young age, I'm like, nah, I'm good. I'm gonna play with my G.I. Joe, and the G.I. Joes back then were 12-inch size because
the G.I. Joes are awesome.
Yeah, from the 70s and early 80s, they were totally awesome. But yeah, we got no room at the inn for raggedy, demented, diabolical Ann or her serial killer brother, inbred Andy. We'll just say that.
So just to give a quick background on the infamous doll. So the story of Annabelle became infamous, can't get my words out, with the release of The Conjuring and the Annabelle films. The real Annabelle is a Raggedy Ann doll that, while much less sinister in appearance, made quite a name for itself in the 1970s. Annabelle was given to a nursing student, Donna, by her mother. Donna, who also had a roommate by the name of Angie, would often return home to discover that this doll had changed positions and or moved rooms. So much
Kill it
so...
with fire.
Yeah.
Kill it with fire. Sorry.
They kind of got sick of this thing and they actually threw it out, and she would mysteriously appear back in the room. I think one time they actually put her in one of those covered dumpsters and she somehow made it back into the room.
Kill it with fire. Cut the head off, rip the heart out, chop it up, but burn it when you're done with it. And I just want to say hail to Zax, who I'm sure is still in Portugal and Spain. Thanks for showing up, brother. Great pictures you've been showing us from still waiting on the nude beaches, but nice pictures of the World War II stuff. So thanks.
Yes, and the was it a tank that he had a picture of? That was awesome.
Yeah.
Great to see you, Zax. If that wasn't bad enough, they would also come home to find handwritten notes scrawled onto parchment paper, asking for help in their notebook. At this point, I don't know why they let it get to this point, but they then went to the very famous paranormal investigators, Ed and Lorraine Warren. Now, these people I'm probably going to do an entire separate show on.
We've talked about this.
Fascinating, but they came to investigate and ultimately decided that Annabelle is completely demonic and took her away and decided to put her under lock and key for pretty much forevermore in their occult museum.
Are they still available to take things away like Clintons or Klaus Schwab, Bill Gates, other demonic forces?
I'm not entirely sure they already haven't.
Yeah, I'm tempting YouTube fate. I just and I'm not really kidding. I'm not really kidding. But I mean, this is the part that I have a hard time with. How many times does something weird need to happen when you've brought a new creepy object into the house? Like, what is your threshold for crazy AF shit to go, that creepy AF doll over there? This all started when that creepy AF doll came in the house. Maybe I should go to a trash barrel and get like a big thing of charcoal lighter fluid and burn the goddamn thing and see if it stops. And if you're worried about whoever gave you this Raggedy Ann doll, you can buy another one at the store.
Yes.
That's just me. I mean, again, this is what I don't like. There's a creepy old man who lives on the hill. Maybe we should go ask him for help. No, you walk your ass to town. I don't care if it's 8 miles in the effing snow or you stay with the car. All right. Or you go armed, and you go armed, not with a flashlight or good intentions. You go armed. I mean, you go hard. You know what? This is why I'm not good at watching horror movies. Cause I'm like, what are you doing? No, don't do that.
But should you ever get into a horror movie situation, you would be, one of the last survivors because
or the first, because I'd get killed by the idiots around me doing stupid things that I told them not to do. Sorry. Years in life,
And T-Bird, great to see you, says, here's your problem. This doll is set up to be evil. Wow, yes, she has a whole kind of backstory. And apparently she's got a bit of an attitude because there have been stories of people who have tapped on the glass of this cabinet, and one of the guys crashed his motorbike and sadly passed away after he insulted her. Yeah,
you don't mock evil. You either run the hell away from evil or you kill it with fire. That's just, call me a very black and white thinker, but it solves the problems. Solves the problems.
I gotta admit, as creepy and unpleasant as she is, I really would like to visit their museum because they must have some incredible artifacts there.
Isn't this in Ohio? If I remember, is it? Yeah,
it is indeed. Yeah,
Ohio is such a. I went to college in Ohio, not at the Ohio University, at a small one there. But there are amazing mounds that go back to very early established North American civilizations. There, of course, were the indigenous peoples through there. It's interesting that this sort of paranormal museum would be there. Just gonna say that. So
yes, I knew if that was a if it's going to be anywhere, it seems like Ohio would be the place for it to be.
It's weird because I remember as a kid of the 70s, you had much older people. Like I've talked about my relatives, all of my great aunts and uncles were alive. And sometimes we'd go to some of my grandparents, old friends' house or whatever, and they would have these collections of those creepy dolls Chat was talking about. The dolls that are so lifelike, and they all have different costumes. And they just, you sit in this room with 100 of these goddamn things everywhere,
just staring at
looking at you. How, why? Like, I mean, I'm willing to listen, but why would people do that? You know? I mean, firearms I can understand.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I can think of better things to collect.
Bass, deer, you know, I mean, animals you've eaten
even
and kept
taxidermy.
Yes, absolutely. Trophy bass. The heads of your enemies, even, but not dolls everywhere.
Not dolls. Dolls is where we draw the line, apparently.
I'll shut up. I'm sorry. I'm derailing the show. Sorry.
No, not at all. I love this. And I didn't realize that Ohio was so kind of steeped in the kind of paranormal and weirdness.
Well, don't forget the John Hughes movies were all set there too. So maybe there's a correlation between ancient Neo and pre-Neolithic American primitive or advanced cultures lost during an asteroid impact, the mound people that were there, all of this creepy doll stuff, and Breakfast Club and 16 Candles. I'm just saying. Interesting correlation. And Nosferatu says, have you heard of the island in Mexico full of dolls? They hang from the trees. Yes, I have. I'm not sure if we're going to get to that one today because it covers an entire island and we're going to focus on individual cases. But I don't know about
it's freaky.
What? No, yes. I don't want to go there. No.
We're still trying to get to the clown motel. One step at a time.
No, we're not going to the clown motel either.
I'm going to jump onto this one. It's one of the Japanese dolls. This one's kind of sad, actually, more than creepy, but this is one of the more famous ones. So this is, as the story goes, it was purchased by a young man sometime around 1918 as a gift for his younger sister. Tragically, a year later, the little girl passed away from a severe case of the flu, and the family created a shrine in her memory. They put the doll there because it was the last gift that the brother got for her. But once the doll was in the shrine, they noticed that its hair was starting to grow. Okay,
no. Wait, what? No, I didn't read any of these just so I could react organically. What?
So, as you can see in these pictures, the hair was kind of shoulder length, I guess, and cut very straight. And in the next picture, it's kind of down almost to the waist of the doll. And it's a lot more kind of, looks like it's actually grown. Now the temple, they swear they've never touched the doll. They've never done anything with it. And apparently the hair is continuing to grow to this day.
And again, this doll was purchased in 1918.
Yep.
I'm guessing it was probably made before, it was made before plastics then.
Yes,
so this was either horse or human hair that was used in making this doll, right? It's a reasonable assumption. It's not a synthetic hair, something that potentially due to heat or environmental conditions could be warping or expanding because of heat. So this is pretty damn creepy, Purple Valkyrie. Oh my God.
It is weird, isn't it? But as I said, this one's more kind of sad rather than horrific. But it is interesting, and it also goes on to say that the doll was then, once the family moved, entrusted to the temple. Is it Meninje? I hope I pronounced that in Hadaku, where the caretakers continue to maintain the doll and her ever-growing hair. So the hair is still growing to this day.
We need to talk to our man Wakazashi's Tea House and find out where he is in proximity to this city and this shrine, because I will actually send Gray money for bus fare or whatever it is to go to where this is and shoot video for us.
Yes.
So Gray, Wakazashi's Tea House, anybody who's in chat who's in Japan that would go and look at this, we'd be very interested in learning more. I really would. That's
I would as well. I
insane.
would love to see this doll in person, to see just how long the hair has grown. Let me just say a very quick thank you, and it is great to see you, John Beck. Hey there, he has tipped us $5 on Stream Elements. Thank you so much. I'll check in a moment just to see if there's a message, but I really appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm gonna check. I think you had a super chat, but Purple, go ahead and keep going, and I'll pull that.
All right, awesome. I'm going to scroll down a couple of more. I'm going to skip Lily, but I will go straight to the other, probably most famous creepy doll, who also has a film series about him now. It is Robert the Doll. Again, this doll looks nothing like the one that was used in the film. They took artistic license, but Robert came from the Otto family of Key West, Florida. He came about in the early 1900s as a gift to their youngest son, Robert Eugene Otto. The boy and the doll became inseparable, with the child often laying blame for his misdeeds on the doll. That's always a bad sign.
Yeah. So pre-serial killer type things, displacement of blame. I am no psychiatrist, but that and torturing animals, not the best sign in kids,
Yes, not the best sign. But let me grab. We have got
private chat.
Yep. Yes, we do. Thank you so much. I don't know why that didn't pop up, but let me say a huge thank you to Daniel. Let me see if I can grab it. If it's showing up, it didn't want to show.
Yeah, it was kind of early, but I don't. That one came from Daniel. It is back probably more than halfway. I can see it anyway.
Okay.
But these dolls are weird. I mean, it's curious that. I don't know. I mean, I understand some of these things from 100 years ago, but I don't know how old this boy was to do that type of stuff. But these dolls are creepy. These dolls are just. It's creepy. I wouldn't want my little boy to have a doll like that. I mean,
no, not at all. And this thing's big. It's again same with Annabelle. These dolls are almost child-sized.
Yeah. I could see a teddy bear, a chainsaw, knives. But not stuff like this.
No, that's kind of weird. But let me say huge thank you to Daniel. Thank you so much. So he says, Purple Valkyrie has eclipsed Elvira in my book. Well, thank you, Purple and Salty, for rekindling my joy of October and Halloween. Thank you, guys. We love getting to talk about weirdness and woo-woo and spookiness, and I'm so happy that Salty has launched his new project, because it is incredible. You guys are not going to believe some of the stuff that's coming.
No, and Purple does some fantastic readings. So does Amanda Manethrin. Wakazashi's Tea House is actually doing some Japanese-based things. I'm going to be reaching out to some other creators who may want to be involved. And then also doing further digital film restoration. That's something that I don't do that for a living, and I do have a job. Like I have a professional career, but I just want to learn how to do this stuff, And I think we can all see an end coming to the Let's Bitch About Pop Culture Show of the Week video, because we've run out of pop culture for them to destroy. We kind of have. So my thinking was, at some point we're going to start to need to make our own things. And in my own small way, I'm trying to learn how to do those things, So.
Absolutely. We want fantastic content, so we're going to have to start making it. Exactly.
Yeah,
making
gotta make it.
Content. And thank you, Jacob. It says nice hat, Purple. Thank you so much. It's my little mini witch hat, and great to see that 70s rock fan. Hey there, good to see you.
What's up, dude? Hey.
So let's see if Robert is as bad as Annabelle. So it says, after Eugene's death in 1974, Robert was given to the East Martello Museum. Visitors who have taken his picture without permission have experienced terrible misfortune as a result of their transgressions. Robert is surrounded by letters of apology and admiration.
Oh my God. So this doll has such an influence, and people are so moved by horrible things that happen to them that they write a doll letters of apology in order to try and remove whatever this damn thing did.
Yes. It should also be noted that Robert, similar to Annabelle, had a habit of moving positions. This actually stopped once he was given a stuffed lamb inside the cabinet. So once they gave him a friend, he stopped moving around and stopped escaping the cabinet and turning up in places you would not want him to turn up in.
Yeah, so let's give the demonic object a little friend that he can then have his power. It can be his minion to go off to murder people in their sleep. I love it. What could be wrong with this idea? Why do we need this doll? We don't. We don't. It could have an accident. It could accidentally catch fire in a dumpster out back. I'm just saying. Why take chances? Why take... Chat, are you with me on this one?
The chatter on your side.
We have to screw around with this. What is that? What the hell am I looking at? Is that Nancy Pelosi and her son? What the hell is that? Oh my God.
That is Letter. I will get on to Letter right next.
No, that's Nancy Pelosi and what the hell? What's his name? Newsom and Governor Newsom when they were young. Good God. Take it off the screen.
Okay, let's see what they've got to say about this one. So this is Letter, short for Letter Me Out. Yeah, you can see where this is going. Letter is a 200-year-old wooden doll with human hair. No, why?
Nobody needs this. Why do you need this if it needs to be in a museum? Fine, but what grown man has a 200-year-old wooden doll with human hair? What other human parts are within this wooden doll? This is nuts.
This is in Australia, so it's probably the least dangerous thing that you could probably come across.
Okay, so you're not selling Australia to me any further. I mean, the people are wonderful. They truly are, but you guys got some big-ass sharks, big-ass spiders, and I don't really like your government very much. But the wooden doll thing is creeping me out even more. Just going to say that,
So it goes on to say he was discovered beneath a house in Wagga Wagga, Australia. I love that name. By his current caretaker, Kerry Walton.
Caretaker?
Walton told the Warwick Daily News, I reckon he walks in the night time. We came here as a new house and I've never heard so many strange things in my life.
So move or burn the doll. What are you waiting for? Are you waiting to wake up with an axe in your head? Like, what is it with these people? Like, oh, isn't it cute? That doll tried to kill us last night. No, I don't need this in my life. Stop. I think I've made my opinion very clear.
Very clear on this. He also went on to say he's found scuff marks on the floor of his home, as well as objects being mysteriously shifted. He's also brought Letter to multiple television interviews, and Letter also has its own Instagram page for anybody who would like to follow a quite clearly possessed wooden doll.
Is this interesting man, who I am still convinced that's Nancy Pelosi and Newsom from California. Is this interesting gentleman from Australia married? Or is he a kind of a loner? Kind of lives in a creepy house with his wooden doll with human hair and says it talks to him and moves things. Curious, you know?
Think a little bit more research is going to have to go into that. If I remember correctly, he was on his own when he bought the house. Whether or not he has a family now, I don't know.
Either that or he has splinters. He's got a lot of splinters on his privates from not being lonely anymore, thanks to his doll with human hair. Jesus, what a world!
The problem with this thing as well is that it doesn't look like a doll. It looks like one of those ventriloquist puppets.
A dummy. It looks like Nancy Pelosi. It looks like Nancy Pelosi. A much more attractive and probably smarter Nancy Pelosi. Can we all agree on that?
I'm going to take that off the screen because it's freaking me out. But what's not freaking me out is Daniel. Thank you again, Daniel. It says, Salty, you need to watch The Puppet Master from 1989 since you loved Cursed Puppets so much.
I saw that. I saw it in the theater. I did. Don't need to see it again. But it was over the top back then. But I don't know. I'll watch it. Maybe we could do that as part of a member stream on your channel or mine. Just everybody hang out and watch like fun. 80s horror.
But yes, absolutely. I like the Puppet Master films for what they are. I've got to admit that. Thank you, Daniel. Thank you so much. He says, Purple will tell you when it's okay to open your eyes.
Nope. I'm standing there. I'm never blinking. I'll have an axe in my hands, holy water, and or bourbon in the other. Probably bourbon. Just say that.
And let me say hail to Moobut. Great to see you. Says I don't believe in ghosts. I wouldn't own one of those things because Poltergeist messed me up as a kid. Yes, Poltergeist was,
Oh, yeah.
That damn clown. Yes, right there with you.
Yeah. I think some of this stuff I think goes back to, we've talked about it in past shows before, and I think it has to do with attunement. Why do some people see UFOs and some don't? Is everyone who sees a UFO full of shit? Are they lying? Is it just mass hysteria? Or are some of these things real? Because people have the attunement in whatever that may mean, and they see things that may be right in front of other people, but other people don't see it. And I've talked about my own experience being on a boat, in Canadian waters in the Strait of San Juan de Fuca, and no one seemed to pay attention to something that was right there in the sky, that I got on video. And I think the same thing is also true with paranormal events like this, with anything related to this type of resonance. We call it haunted, we call it ghost, we call it poltergeist. What is it? I don't know, but it's something. Now, are all of these dolls possessed? Probably not, but maybe there's something there. Maybe there is something there.
I do think there's something there. And you've talked about, when we talk about, ghosts and things, about a resonance. And, we know that there's the theory that houses can store energy. So would it be such a stretch that objects can store energy as well, whether good or bad?
Not at all. No, I mean, I inherited a pocket knife from my grandfather. And I keep it in a special box, and I take it out every once in a while because it was too precious to me to carry as an everyday carry at EDC knife, right? And it's a small one. It's it's got bone, and was made in America back in the day. And he used to clean his pipe out with it. But I can take that out of the box, and still, there's an undeniable energy in my grandfather, who died, Christ, almost 40 years ago. And it's not tainted by anything else, and just this resonance. Now, is that just projection? Or is it an attunement because I'm his grandson and we were close? If I gave that knife to someone else, would they feel anything at all? Or would be like, well, what is this? Like, what's the big deal? Yes. Who knows? And the same thing with you and your family experiences, whether it be a set of china, or maybe it's a piece of art, or maybe it's a piece of clothing, or it could be a fire. It could be anything. Yes. Is that all just in our head, or are we partly attuned to it? People
say that a lot about jewelry that gets passed down through generations. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Let me say a quick hey. We've got a few more people who've joined us. We've got the man himself, a man of Nephrin. Great to see you. He said, did I miss Purple speaking that Welsh phrase? You did, but since you're here, I can do it again.
Let's do it again.
So, hold on, let me take a drink because I need to clear my throat for this one.
There's a hell of a lot of Y's and R's in this damn thing, and she could be summoning the devil. And if she does, Nathan, it's all your fault. I just want to say that, okay?
It's on you, Nathan. So it was Thingli Markrafna Kurlan Rayer Wagner Fatagen.
Yeah.
There we go.
That's what it sounds like when you order furniture in Sweden at IKEA. That's what it sounds like when they say your order's ready. Or Cthulhu. I think that's the name of a whole bedroom set at IKEA. Doesn't it sound like that? Like, it's the Fark. Hold it.
It's the Fatagen collection, yes.
My God, Cthulhu was trying to choke me because I was making fun of him.
And Cthulhu says this phrase like Beetlejuice, if she says it 3 times, let's not find out. Let's leave it at 2, shall we?
I think if you say it 3 times, you get 3 bedroom sets from IKEA delivered, like express overnight. That's what I'm thinking.
Each of them with a different piece missing.
Yeah, each one of them missing all the little, what do they call them? The little cams and shafts.
Yeah.
And, oh, Christ. That talk about inspired by the devil. Building that shit. I made a promise I'd never build another one of those damn things 20 years ago. I'm just gonna say that. Do you think Cthulhu and IKEA are related? Because they're both kind of evil, like when you think about it in the construction. Just say that.
Well, it is. If you walk into one, it is like going into an ultimate dimension. So you might be onto something there, Salty.
You heard it here first, really.
And you're welcome, Nathan.
We're still here.
We're still here. The doll hasn't moved. She hasn't blinked, thankfully, because she can't.
I'm going to do a random show detour for just a second because this has occupied my every waking hour I'm not working. I've been binge watching Dark, which is a German show. I believe it's a German show with English voiceovers, and it's on Netflix. And the reason why I found it, I want to give credit where credit is due, is Zach's kept telling me to watch this show.
Yes.
Because he knows that I'm into woo-woo. Well, I started watching this show and I didn't stop until literally I got through virtually the entire first season. I stayed up way too late. And then I got up the next day and in between meetings over 2 days, managed to get all the way through season 2. And I'm going to say this. If you like supernatural science fiction, thriller, horror, but very smart stories that encompass a lot of the things that we cover here, please check out Dark on Netflix. I know it's available by alternate means on other sites, but I you guys know I'm really burned out on entertainment in general, and it takes a lot for me to get excited about anything. This show, you will not regret watching Dark.
Yes.
But be prepared to have your mind blown. I'm just going to say that, especially in episode 2. So,
and this came out a few years ago, didn't it? If I remember correctly.
I think the first season is set in 2019 and 2020, and then 2021, and I'm now in the midst of season 3. So
nice. Yeah. That is awesome. I'm gonna watch it because I've had such glowing recommendations from it.
Well, I keep telling you, oh my god, you gotta watch this show. Oh my god, I gotta want to talk about it with you. And
the chat agrees. Yeah, the chat says it's amazing. It's so good. So definitely gonna give it a go.
It's not the God particle. It's the devil particle.
Ooh, I see what they did there. I will definitely watch it, but I'd love to talk to it about when we do. That would be fun to kind of discuss.
Yeah, if we're not in the nuclear smoking crater, but or we've created our own singularity thanks to those morons with the collider over there finding it's the God particle. Yeah. What could go wrong? Well, watch Dark.
Possibly go wrong.
Watch Dark.
I'm going to end this one on just a few of the many other types of cursed items we have around the world, not just dolls, because we like to cover that sort of thing. So we have got, I'm going to skip over the mirror and the dress, but what I am going to go down to is, where is it? There it is, the Screaming Skull, which is one that I know about.
Tell me about the Screaming Skull. What is this about?
So the Burton Agnes Hall in Burton Agnes, England, is home to a creepy paranormal object called the Screaming Skull. The Screaming Skull is believed to be that of Catherine Leanne Griffin, who died in the same house after being attacked by bullies in 1620.
1620? How do they know it was bullies? How do they know it wasn't creepy wooden dolls with human hair?
Exactly. Yeah, we have no proof of this. I need actual records. So every night a terrifying ghost is seen roaming around the skull, making a tremendous noise and scaring everybody who tries to remove the skull. I would have removed that skull the first night. If the ghost is tied to it, it can go elsewhere.
I'd go get a druid, a rabbi, and I'm on
all of the above. Yes.
All name brand religions, and then I'd even grab some people from Aboriginal cultures, some holy men, holy women, whatever it is. One of them might be able to get this damn thing to move, but I think it's a worthwhile investment. That's all I'm gonna say. I
do. I was like, oh, this thing is weird, but I guess it's a talking focal point.
Have you seen this? How far is this from you, Purple Valkyrie?
No.
Is this like Helen Gone or something? Or
I believe it's towards the north of England, if I remember correctly. So it's kind of up past where I live. But I would have to check. But why would you keep it? Why, since the 1600s? Why would you keep it there?
I don't know. I don't understand. Could we ask Az to go check it out? I'm sure.
Yes, yeah. We'll get Az to do it. I'm sure he won't mind.
Yeah.
The other one that I wanted to cover is a painting that I've seen quite a few times, and there's another one a bit further down that I recognise as well. So this is called the Hand Resist Him painting. It was by an artist called Bill Stoneham. It's probably one of the most haunted pieces of art. According to the artist, this painting is a representation of the doorway that connects our world with the world of spirits. The owners of the painting have claimed that the characters in the picture move or disappear at night. Here is a shot of that. Yeah.
Is that the painting?
That is the painting, yes. So we have another doll, which it clearly is, a child, and then a bunch of children's hands pressing against the glass.
No, I mean, this can exist. People can make art like this. I would not want anything to do with it. I wouldn't want to see it. I hate modern art. I'm just going to say that. But stuff like this, it's like, where is this located? Is this in the States? Is this German? What is this?
This is, I think this is American. So this is on your side of the world. I believe that it's just the original, although there are prints out there of it. No. But would anybody want this up on their wall? I don't think so. Not just because it cursed, but because it just looks really freaky.
I don't know. There's that guy named Jeffrey who had the island. He had some pretty freaky shit on his walls too. Remember that? Clinton and Billy in a dress and
yeah, I remember
the
red shoes.
W with airplanes. There's some sick bastards in the world. I'm sure they'd give him money for this, you know? Oh, what is that? Wow, that's fantastic.
This is yet another cursed painting. This is the Anguished Man. So, fascinated by the charm of the Anguished Man painting, Sean Robinson inherited the painting from his grandmother and decided to hang the painting on the wall of his house. More for you. Soon after that, Sean and his family started experiencing paranormal events, like the cracking of the doors in the middle of the night and sudden blood-curdling screams.
No.
Just no.
No. I don't. Where is that one located at, Purple Valkyrie?
This is in Cumbria, so this is sadly in the UK. So the wife of the gentleman who inherited the painting decided to investigate the origin and found that the artist who painted it actually self-deleted, and before he did so, obviously, he also mixed some of his own blood into the paint that was used to make the painting.
I would put this on eBay with free shipping. And I'd just be like, buy it now. I'd set the auction for 24 hours. And if I got 2 cents, I'd consider myself lucky. If nobody wanted it, Salty Texas Seas Plan A. Again, lighter fluid, trash barrel, fire. Solve the problem. Seriously.
And Daniel, did people used to keep skulls of loved ones? I know they used to keep locks of hair in lockets. I can imagine keeping a locket or maybe even, baby clothing or something like that. But
baby clothing, pacifiers, booties, things like that. It was said back in the day that you wanted to burn your nail clippings or your hair that was cut. Because if you didn't, a witch could take it and cast a spell on you using that discarded part of your body. Interestingly enough, in the world that we live in now, just by running a swab around the mouth of your mouth or taking a clipping of your hair, people can learn your unique genetic code. And if they could, if they wanted to, could curse you literally with science by developing something created that would only delete you. So modern witchcraft. Interesting.
Not so far-fetched, is it? I will probably continue with a few more of these next week because we've got quite a few more to go. But, Salty, what have you got here?
Well, I want to not thank that 70s rock fan who made this. And I, first of all, Brian, I would never wear a sweater like that. Okay. I don't know. I mean, is this win? I don't know. But one thing I do appreciate is the effort. So thank you for making me into what I guess is Chucky and Purple. Are you Tiffany. Dolly Parton?
Tiffany.
Okay, I don't even know that. You know, I don't.
That is Chucky's other half, Tiffany. Oh. Yes. I think I know what I'm now going to dress up as Halloween. So
Tiffany and Chuck. Tiffany and Chuck. I think I have an uncle who was a truck driver who divorced my aunt and shacked up with some chick named Tiffany. I'm only half kidding, guys. That's the problem. The swinging 70s, being a kid watching all that drama.
That is amazing. Thank you.
He had his own trucking business. It's a true story. Thanks a lot. Thank you, that 70s. That was awesome.
That's brilliant. Oh my god, guys, this show has flown by so quickly. I think what I'm going to do is probably do a part 2, as I say, because there was so much we didn't get to today. But before we start to wind down, is there anything that you would like to let people know about?
Well, it's my fault we have to end early. I have a work thing that's occurring in about 10 minutes that I have to go hop on and be responsible for because I am not independent and wealthy. But I first of all want to say thank you very much to Purple Valkyrie for having me on today, for talking about this, for letting me be a lunatic on yet another wild, weird, wonderful, wicked woo-woo Wednesday. Please go check out the Dark Passages series that I've started. There's one video out now. I did a bunch of series of custom animations using green screen resources and still images, and sync those images up by myself. So I also read the H.P. Lovecraft short story Dagon, which is quite good.
Yes.
And we've got a lot more on deck. Purple Valkyrie is going to be reading some great stuff that I've edited. Man of Manethrin 2, Gray from Wakazashi's Tea House. I should probably check my email to see who else may have sent some things. And I know Zach's, if he gets back from Portugal, will be adding some things to that as well. So yeah, we just wanted to, keep Halloween spooky, keep October spooky, and do some cool things. But yeah, no, as ever, I really needed today. I needed to vent because you got to hear me talk about how work's going.
Hey.
Anybody else seeing that? What the hell happened?
We're living in interesting times.
Yeah, we are. Where we are. It all started with that goddamn Hadron Collider, and I swear to God, after watching Dark, and you guys have watched it, you know what I'm talking about. I am clearly in the wrong place. Something clearly. I don't belong here. I'm just going to say that. But thanks for having me on the show.
You're welcome. Thank you, guys. We will be back on Salty's channel on Saturday talking more fantastic woo-woo. I will be back on Friday. I've got a brand new show for Halloween, for October. It's going to be kind of horror-based, but a little bit looser. So look out for that. That should be a lot of fun, and we're also going to be dropping more videos as well. So if you haven't seen the very first Dark Passages, please check it out because I love this series.
I am going to drop it in chat, or I'm gonna try and drop it in chat. But thanks for having me on the show, Purple. And
you're welcome.
I hope that's what I did. Sent the link to something. My God. There it is. Okay. Yeah, no, I sent a link to my own Twitter page. That's wonderful. That's what happens when you're live streaming. It doesn't matter. You guys in chat are wonderful. I have got to go, but you all enjoy the rest of your day. Purple, I'm going to be watching the credits as you roll. Thanks so much for working with me. I'll see everybody very soon. Take care.
You're welcome. Take care.
Bye.
Bye. So, guys, from me and Salty and our new friend here, we will say have a fantastic rest of your day. Huge thank you to everybody in chat today. You guys were brilliant as always. Thank you for the super chats. Thank you for the amazing comments. Jacob Ironside, is it just me or is there a doll in the stream? she is going back in the bin bag in the loft very soon. But you guys are awesome. So have a fantastic rest of your Wednesday, and we hope to see you guys very, very soon. I will leave you with the new and improved outro. Thank you guys, and take care.